Pat, and I wanted to go over Zoho and how you get in. So you're going to type in Zoho.com, Zoho1, and you'll get to a screen like this, and it says access your apps, and you might have to log in for the first time. I think there might be a login over here, but you click on this, and it opens up this dashboard. And so you've got your own login. I'll send that to you, but we have all these apps right here, and everything talks to one another, and you guys have access to everything. So where you're going to get into the company calendar is the Zoho mail. We have contracts that we sign in Zoho Sign. We use Business in a Box, but for the most part, you're going to be in here, and then we have a work drive that has contracts and stuff in here that we've worked to and different things. But let's go into mail, and I'll show you a little bit about how to look at the company corporate calendar. So you're going to go to the calendar right here, over here on the left, and you want to be able to, it should be sharing the ANEW Energy calendar events, and you just kind of turn off other things. Like I have all these other calendars, but ANEW Energy is the group calendar that should be shared, and then my calendars I think will sync up. And so if we look at this, let's just go back a moment in time, and we'll go to, we can go back to, like here is when Jacob Wolf, who was the young engineer that designed a lot of the products, he was issued some stock, so I documented it when we issued it. And if I go to the view, there is a stock certificate here. So I upload all these things, and the cap table got updated there. So let's just take a look at this. So you can click on this, and these are what I issued for his efforts that he did this past summer. So you can close it over here on the right, and you can just hit your back arrow, and you can start moving back in time. So we started in 2017, anyhow, you'll have to go back, and this corporate calendar has board meetings. So here's a board meeting date on Wednesday, and the operating agreement was modified on this date. So you can go here, and you can click on the operating agreement and or download it, and this will talk about what we did with the operating agreement. I think the state of Colorado gave us an operating agreement that we dropped in, and sometimes I put the cap table. When I update the cap table, it's at the end. Like here's a cap table that I dropped in a copy of it there at that point in time. So anyhow, this is what I wanted to share with you, and just call if you have any questions. But you now have an email address at ANEW Energy, so I think it's called legal@ANEW Energy, and then you'll just go here, and there's calendars, and that's the basics. So anyhow, good luck, and thanks for learning. So I'm going to stop. Uh-oh. All right, so I guess I'm here. Oh, cool. All right. Hey, I wanted to just make a quick audio on how this budget's laid out and how we're going to utilize. Let's try this again. Hey, good morning, Mike. Whoops. Hey, good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Hey, can you text me Scott's email? I'm sending this PowerPoint to the group that's showing up tomorrow. I just want to make sure I have his email.
Yeah, it's just scott@anewenergy.co.
Oh, great. Okay. And is there any chance, I don't know what your afternoon's looking like, but I wonder if you wouldn't mind having Jeffrey, I know he's coming down there this afternoon, but kind of do his magic for CoVenture just this one afternoon with our event coming up next week.
Do his magic. What?
You know, whatever he's been doing.
All the Twitter stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't really have a Twitter account, but I don't know if there. I suppose we could. We have Facebook. We have LinkedIn.
No. He can get it directed, I believe. Yeah, of course. So what? Okay, can you send us a link to where you want to direct everybody to, and then I'll get him working on it?
Yeah, I'll actually come over with him like around 1 o'clock if he'll be there, and just talk through it a little bit.
Okay.
But I would be grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So let's see here. Okay, so here is, you type in Zoho.com and you'll get a screen that comes up like this. It might ask you for a first-time login, but once you log in, you'll access your apps here, and then just save the password. It may ask you for some dual authentication, but I have to log in up here in the corner, but you guys will figure it out. So I'm going to access the apps right here, and then what we want to do is here are all the apps that should pop up on your dashboard. And so the company calendar should be able to be accessed through mail. On the legal side, we use Business in a Box on a lot of the contracts that we sign, and then we automate them in Zoho Sign. So this is where we'll be plugging a lot of the legal stuff in, and then we, when somebody goes to buy a product or all that stuff that Howard probably will get involved in, we're there. And then Zoho Writer is where we kind of automate our contracts, and Work Drive is here, passwords are all here, but you guys have access to all this. You have admin, we manage projects under Zoho Projects. We have these forms that we automate and fill out. Customer resource management's here. But let's go into Zoho Mail, and we'll click on this. And so what we have is you now have legal at anewenergy.co, and I just wanted to familiarize yourselves with what we're doing here. And so this is my my email account right here, and anyhow, as it comes in, things that we can do, like here's a contract with our landlord that we're going to look at renting this new space, and I left the mail. The mail's accessed right here, and if we click on this, we can send it to different platforms. And so here's the mail, and then it goes. We can send it to a project. So if something happens, you can get assigned something that we need help with. So it'll message you that we need some help from the legal guys, and we can assign it all. So all these apps are integrated. I guess that's what I'm trying to show you. So you'll be familiar one day on that. But anyhow, if we go over to the calendar right here, and this is the corporate calendar. So ANEW Energy calendar events. It goes back to when the company was formed on January 18th, 2017. And so I've documented everything in the journey, and you should be shared, these calendars, and it might be down here in group calendars, but you have to check these boxes right here to be able to see what's going on. And anyhow, if we go back in time, let's just go back. We'll go back to like the July or August timeframe. So here's all the things that were recognized. So major legal things that I did. So Jacob Wolf was the young engineer that designed all the products, and he wanted to trade stock for everything. Here's the operating agreement that was updated with the stock. So if I click on here and I go view, and then his stock certificate is here. So when I issued that, I uploaded a copy of it to the calendar right here. So if you click on this event right here, and I put a little description in what happened, and so here's a copy of the shares, and I put it on a certificate, and so this got registered in the cap table, and so forth. So as I had board meetings essentially with myself. So here's the operating agreement, and I believe that the state of Colorado, when I met with the SBDC, they gave us an operating agreement that was more in compliant with everything. So there's a couple operating agreements that go back in time, and anyhow, so this is a copy of what was, I guess, scanned in, and this just looks like a kind of a bad scan, but the cap table usually gets updated at the bottom when I bring in stock. It looks like I did a notary on this, and I put the cap table in here, so it was all notarized on this date. So that's a little bit about how you navigate through everything. And so if we go back, I guess we can hit the back arrow on this. When we signed a non-disclosure, I put it up there on something. We were doing a lot of contract engineering work when we were formed as ANEW Energy, and so anyhow, here's a big time where I sent out stock certificates to some of the early individuals that were involved in the company, and I just wanted to give them a little bit for their time and make sure that we were covered and no conflict of interest. But anyhow, all this stuff you'll be able to just like click on this, and then you should be able to view it, and this is like the Q3, but we go back out, and you'll figure it out. But anyhow, this is where we're at, and I've got a little bit of work to do. I issued some stock with Scott and Mike Lowe, our business development guy. Scott put in 30 grand today, but it's a convertible note, or it's not a convertible note. It is a loan to the company, the 30 grand, and then I just issued him stock for his efforts. So let's just take a look at the stock capitalization table, and I need to upload the most current one. But if I go right here to this, and I'll send this over in the email, what we've got. So let's see here, capitalization table. So this was all notarized yesterday, and so these were fairly recent, where it was sweat equity, and I issued them Mike a point and Scott 3 points, and so you'll have to look at all this, and then we'll charge forward. So this was notarized yesterday, and I'll send a copy of that. So anyhow, that's kind of how you get around Zoho. Call me if you have any questions, and we'll just leave it at that. Thank you. Oh, no way. Didn't do it. Oh, cool. It did do it.
Is it okay if I run the vacuum in a minute, or you want me to hold
Yeah,
on?
no, go ahead. I gotta figure something out here.